we have already got something a little bit, you know, different coming out here. We're going to be seeing a proxy Rax Reaper, and this is kind of funny. Oh, never mind. He's going to go for a proxy 1 Rax Marauder, it looks like, as well. So Bunny and Cure. All right. We are going to be seeing the... Oh, my goodness. The Adept actually shaded forward. Now, that is pretty bad because he is out of position. There's no shield battery. He does have the second Adept on the way, and shield battery, or pardon me, there's a Stargate up here. But we saw in Neeb versus Cure, it was a different setup. There was a command center, but things got pretty complicated for him. Now, okay, Zealot is going to try and get in on top of one of these Marauders. Adept will shade away. Marauder does take a decent bit of damage, but he can't build a shield battery at the low ground here. We're going to have to see either a Void Ray or an Oracle. Personally, I think I'd like to see an Oracle. Yeah, that's what's going to be. Oh, did he shade? Oh, he's going to try and intercept the 4th Marauder. I think he should just fight it, right?
I think so, but this is actually a pretty sick hold, or attempted a hold, but you got to keep that pylon alive. Probes are going to have to get pulled second pylon. But this is a pretty snazzy hold coming in here from Classic. He dodged around these SCVs for the most part, so Bunker is not going to complete. He's bought a lot of time with his Adept play. Yes, he's lost 4 probes, and that's not ideal, but there's nowhere for these Marauders to run. Oracle, yeah, it doesn't do bonus damage to them like it would Marines, but he's still knocking a lot of this down. And I think, considering how quick this Nexus is, there's no natural coming in from Bunny, I think Classic's going to be okay with this. That being said, Cyclone is going to join the fray, and that makes life a little bit more complicated. The Marauder production has not stopped.
No, it is not, but he did enough damage to this that I think he should be... Oh, actually, the split of damage right there was very good for Bunny. Oh, and he's going to be able to take down this Stalker. However, the Oracle takes down the Cyclone. It will run out of energy, the Oracle, that is. Fortunately, a second one... Actually, never mind. He canceled it and rebuilt. Oh, my goodness. He's actually in so much trouble right now. The second Cyclone coming across the map. But it looks like with... Okay, no, there is another Marauder. Yeah, Bunny can keep pushing for the moment. And he does have a command center very late, but it will be finishing up pretty soon. Looks like he wants to play really conservative with this. Yeah, that's probably the right call, but the best case scenario actually there for Classic was that Bunny locked onto the Oracle because it didn't have any energy. It couldn't engage. So the Stalkers were actually able to bully the Marauder and kill it. And now this double Oracle moves across the map. Okay, the Cyclone moves home. This has been a super weird setup, but... actually, hang on.
No, he's going to get the Cyclone. Oh, is he not? No, he's backing around.
No.
This is such an awkward situation. Look at the microphone. It doesn't matter because there's a third Cyclone. But you saw what Classic did there. He took each Oracle that was locked on by the far one. So the Oracle that was locked on by the Cyclone on the right side runs and tries to kill the Cyclone on the left, and vice versa.
We've now got triple Oracle coming into the main base. This is going to one-shot SCVs. Bunny, I mean, now it's an all-in. If it wasn't before, it absolutely is now. That's not to say it wasn't. It pretty obviously was, but he's got nothing to defend. And these Oracles, 2 of them have so much energy. He needs to win so soon with this. Classic is already 20 workers ahead. He's got an Immortal about to pop. He's got a shield battery. That Viking is going to have to expose itself in order to get high ground vision. We've got a Liberator actually in the main base, not with the push. 22 SCVs have fallen in this game. And now the Oracles just come on home. This is amazing for Classic.
Oh, that's going to be a very low Cyclone too. I guess the one question is whether you want to have those Oracles at home for a bunch of stasis traps just to really delay this push even more. Because they can't do that now, right? They are all out of energy. It's going to be a while. I guess they're running... Actually, they're going to try to find the way into the middle map and find reinforcements. But I do like the medevac running forward. Oh, that Phoenix is fantastic, too. It denies so much of the fast push that you might want to go for.
Not just that, he's going to be able to lift up these tanks, but look at the spread from Classic here. Such a nice little setup. Shield battery will get taken down. Oh, Classic, is he going to go for it? Yes, he is. Where is the lift? There it is. He lifts up 2 of the tanks, and that is going to disable most of the DPS. Classic. Actually, does he have enough? Yeah, he does. He does. It's going to take down both tanks. Second Immortal pops. Bunny microing very nicely here, but the problem isn't with the first fight, it's the sustain. He's got no sustain behind this. And while it's microed very well from Bunny here, Classic will clean this up. Does he get the medevac? Not quite. That's where having the Phoenix still alive. Oh, actually, hang on. He does still have the Phoenix alive. While the army supplies are even, stim and combat shields are done. We've got 2 Colossus on the field. They don't have extended thermal lance just yet, but there's also 2 Immortals. Look at this army right now for Bunny. It is kind of pitifully small.
Yeah, it's not big. I mean, its supplies are equal, right? But then you look at how much it costs, and it's like 500 more minerals, 500 more gas. This is just such a more complex army coming out from Classic right now, where Bunny is going to continue to slow push. He's got a couple of SCVs for the repairs to... Oh, that's going to be fun. Just don't attack me that side, Classic says. He's going to force Bunny to attack head on, straight forward, and that's the type of attack that Classic's army is built to defend. But look at those supply depots, though. That's kind of cool.
He's really making the most out of nothing right here. Great repositioning on the tanks. He's building the Great Wall of China here with these bunkers and supply depots. Oh, look at that. Good job from Classic with the save on the Observer. But look at this little flank. Classic, he is so calm while this is happening. It would have been so easy to just be like, oh, I've won this game. But no, he's taking this so incredibly seriously. That shows a lot of respect to Bunny.
It's kind of funny. We look at these situations like, how in the world do you ever break this as a Terran? And then, well, sometimes it does happen. But Steadfast, we talked about how fancy knocking those rocks were. That's a nice catch here from Classic on that counterattack. I can't help but feel that almost is looking more and more like something Classic wishes he hadn't done. This counterattack, by the way, is going to knock down Bunny's economy once again. But that's actually great hold position, Micro, right there. The Zealots they've got 10 SCVs, but they're not really getting what they want. They're all choking up. And with the tanks behind, Bunny is still losing a lot of his economy, but it's not nearly as much as he could have. And Classic actually bleeds off a couple Zealots as well. And remember, by knocking those rocks down, yes, he meant Bunny couldn't swing around, but he can't either. What is this?
Look at this bunker wall. This is amazing. This feels like proxy 3 racks, proxy 2 racks in like Wings of Liberty or something, where they just keep building more and more bunkers. Now, Bunny is really starting to push in here. This is actually so difficult here for Classic, I think. Bunny turning an impossible situation into suddenly one where he actually has found so much purchase and so much opportunity for himself.
Steadfast.
Oh, scan comes down. There's no observer there. It's just to the side.
Steadfast, are 4 bunkers worth 40 army supply?
Yeah, I know. But it's so cool that he's done anything at all in this game.
Oh, he's taking a page out of Alpha Star and using bunkers to immediately move his army onto the other side of the map. That's clearly what this is.
Yeah. Oh, and Classic, he's kept these Zealots to intercept reinforcements. He knows as long as this army doesn't get stronger, he is going to continue to outmass it. There's not enough. And actually now, Classic's inside the main. He might actually cancel camp the production and fully force Bunny to engage. That's what Classic is going for right here. And yeah, now there's no SCVs mining. Yeah, this is now Bunny can no longer wait for Classic. He has to go to Classic, and that is what Classic's objective was. And that is, well, that's probably what's going to win this game. But here's the Classic from Bunny, the Terran move. Lift and float, go to the other side of the map. But look at that recall from Classic. And now he says, okay, I've got enough. And he's got a 60 army supply lead. The Zealots even body blocking the Marauder. Right now, we've got something rather interesting here. It is the Phoenix opener here from Classic.
Now, I got to ask you a question, though, Steadfast. I really like Phoenix Charge. It is so good against so many of these Terran timings. You just you kill the medevacs, or you lift whatever they have, and the Zealots kill the rest. This is Phoenix Colossus. We have 1 Colossus on the field, 1 Immortal. Second one is gonna pop out around the time that Bunny runs across the map. And we do have a Raven here. It's gonna be able to shut down one of these. Is this the response to this Terran push? What do you think?
The Raven is everything. If the Raven gets its interference matrices, especially on a super wide open map like this, it is going to be so difficult here for Classic. Classic, okay, the Observer spotted the Raven. He's going to converge back in here with the Phoenixes. You might have noticed that he had them kind of everywhere on the map. Did he? No, he didn't lose any. So he only went 3, well, actually 2 Phoenixes, now 3, and straight up into the Colossus. So it seems like he's got the read on what his opponent's doing. Extended Thermal Lance not quite done, but now we've got energy for the, well, actually almost energy for the double interference matrix. We're going to need to see force fields, I think, on this ramp. Oh, well, this is what I was looking for. I was waiting for when the Raven energy gets used, but he does grab a Widowmine and a Cyclone. I think he needs to maybe warp in another Sentry, because Unless he snipes that Raven, this becomes so difficult for him.
Yeah, especially with the shield battery overcharge problem. So there we go. The Colossus are down. Here comes Bunny stimming in.
Oh,
Couple Zealots
Phoenix
gonna warp in.
drag.
Phoenix trying to get something. They get, I think you said a medevac, but the Raven stays alive. And the Colossus, now they're back to play. And Bunny does not find his way through, even with the shield battery nerf. Bunny does not kill the Colossus. He does not get enough on the ground. And Classic withstands the first punch.
Yeah, that was some really great army posturing right there from Classic. So what he did right there is he was threatening with the Phoenixes for a mind drag. And while he didn't get it, it completely discouraged Bunny from going in there. And off the back of that, I mean, Bunny just had no choice but to disengage. And by the time he kind of readjusted and reshuffled, the Colossus were switched back on. The Raven that was now a paperweight. It goes down to the Phoenixes.
Because of what's happening. But meanwhile, drop into the main base here, double drop, and it's going to have to be a bit of recall. But these Stalkers, they don't have Blink. It's far away. This is a fantastic trade. Next is going to start to target down the Forge. Marauders are going to get lifted here. Force stays alive. Great force field. And Bunny will be forced back, but Steadfast, that's not the only position Bunny is on the map because he's fighting his way into the natural. Zealots get that one, though. And Bunny had some fancy multitasking. He thought he had Classic out of position, but unfortunately not. And now Bunny has to run away, and most importantly, those Vikings, they don't find the Colossus they're looking for.
Yeah, that actually, the drop drew the Colossus into the main. I thought for sure, I was looking at that drop, or that push on the minimap as well, and I was thinking to myself, like, oh man, Classic's about to get run over, isn't he? I was not expecting that number of charge lots and immortals with this. Classic, though, I mean, he holds on both fronts. Again, he did lose a couple of probes, and he lost one or two of the Phoenixes, but he's got his Colossi still alive. Oh wow, that's a big Zealot run by. He's looking to trade these out, but it is so crucial that he does not, he needs to lose these efficiently because he's been kind of down in supply for a lot of this. Bunny, by the way, he did delay his 2-2, but he's got it on the way now, as well as that plus one ship weapons. Nice find on the War Prism, by the way, with these Vikings. Very well done. Oop, Classic going to send a couple of these Zealots in. Oh, Bunny. He was hunting for them, but now he might think that's it for the Zealots on this side. Scan finds the army on the left side. Good scan here from Bunny. Classic, though, can he move in to this right side base? Does he sniff it out? He's got this watchtower, so I think he might be able to tell. Yeah, perfect. He sees the army coming, and he's like, okay, time to counterattack.
So Steadfast, I guess I got the one question here. Classic is establishing his tech. He's getting a fourth base as if he wants this game to go later. But he's built 4 Archons, and you don't build Archons unless you're planning on attacking, really, or you desperately need them to defend. The Zealots are going to get 7 SCVs. That's a lot of Zealots for 7 SCVs, but as always, there's a last one that's going to get a couple more. But it's interesting to see Classic go and, again, add all these Archons on and then not do anything with them. Archons are not units that gain value over time. And once Ghosts are out, you EMP them down, they pop like paperweights. They don't do much. But I guess maybe he was worried that Bunny was going to be going for an attack immediately and he just needed stuff on the ground. Is moving into that late game. He has Liberator range on the way, building them 2 at a time. Doesn't quite have the money to go into massive amounts of starports just yet. But he is transitioning into the late game. And much like we saw in the Spirit series, Classic is just not yet.
No, he is not. And something we got to note, by the way, is that +2 ship weapons was denied by Classic. He killed the armory.
Okay.
It had only just started, I think, but still, nice find. Ooh, Archons and Colossus going to engage, as well as the Disruptors. Disruptors getting huge shots, as well as the Archon Blast. There was a triple-pronged Zealot run by, I believe, or at least 2-pronged Zealot run by, and that's what distracted Bunny and let Classic walk up to him and punch him square in the face.
It's funny looking at that afterwards. You expect to be this big supply gap open up, and somehow it's even. But the one thing I'm worried about,
the tech.
Yeah.
He killed so many Vikings.
Yeah. The one thing I'm worried about, though, Steadfast, look at what Classic is. He's building 3 Immortals at a time against a player that doesn't care about ground anymore. Yeah, sure, he's building some Marauders, but he's building 4 Liberators at a time. Liberator range is done. Immortals do nothing here as EMP's playing at the army. Massive Disruptor shots, though, and has Classic found a timing here before the Liberators are out. Vikings free fire here on the Colossus. 1 will go down. Second's going to fall here as well. SCV pool's going to try to do what it can. 19 workers have fallen, and here comes the rest of Bunny's army on the surround. But Steadfast, the question then becomes, has already Classic done too much? The Liberators continue to fall. Bunny can't really chase here because the constant Disruptors, although that one will stay alive. And it feels like Classic, despite being teched out of this game, he hit the timing before it was truly ready.
Well, that's the thing. People really poo-poo Immortals, but man, they will poo-poo on you if you do not respect them. They are such strong units when added to the Protoss arsenal, and they have that +3 weapons. And ooh, hang on, this is a lot of Marines. Disruptors are going to get target fire down, but oh, the splits from Bunny are otherworldly, and now the Liberators are really going to go to work. Zealot's coming in from the left side. Is that going to be enough to turn this fight back around? Liberators really going to work, but the Immortals standing strong in a big way. And I think Classic has maybe done it, even if he hasn't just yet. I think he actually does need to back away and wait at least for a little bit of reinforcements. Yeah, get some Zealots from this base. He has pulled so far ahead in economy. He's up 27 workers right now.
Yeah, the big problem there, of course, is losing the Warp Prism at the start. You need that. If he had been able to reinforce into that fight immediately or after that fight happens, maybe he is able to run up the ramp. Maybe he gets enough Stalkers to punch through, I think, like the 2 Liberators that were there. But as it stands, yeah, he had to go back. He had to go warp in Zealots from somewhere else. They're going to turn into a run-by force, a bit of a hit squad on this base that's not a planetary just yet. But Bunny does have his entire army here. So these Zealots, they're going to have to run away. They're going to run into some Disruptors on, or some Liberators on the way out. But guess where Bunny's army is not? On the left side here, we're going to see a missile turret go down immediately. Disruptors do a great job of trying to break this base down. But the SCVs, they're able to run around that on the left side. Okay, 8 workers go down, and that's going to do it. Planetary stays alive. But you talk about economic damage, it's still there. And that's going to have to be recall from Classic on the other side, as Classic does have to defend the aggression from Bunny.
And it is really showing through in this game. Meanwhile, Zealot run by coming in again. The Liberators were set up, but they weren't set up to guard the actual Zealots. However, big Doom drop into the main base. This is going to trigger a base trade. Yeah, you can't fight this as Classic Bunny with a great maneuver here. But can he hold it home? I love that he gives up the 3rd base location.
Yeah, +3 denied as well with it, like a 1/10 of a second left. So for the rest of this game, Classic is going to be down an upgrade on the ground. He has to deal with these Liberators in the air that, yeah, don't have +2. But there are still so many of them. 8 Liberators on the map, making it so hard to make anything happen. Widowmine, Stalkers blink outside of that one. Liberators are going to start to get tapped down. But the Widowmines are placed so well that there's actually, wait, there's 1 Stalker in this army. There's not enough anti-air. Stalkers are now going to join the fray. But Bunny, is he working a miracle here? I mean, he's building more Liberators. They're going to have to run away out the backside. And now here we go. Classic has found his position on the Terran production in a way that it will be difficult for Bunny to dislodge. But how many Robos remain? What is it? None. So there are no Robos left, no more Disruptors, nothing like that one. Bunny's starting to get the outlying bases of Classic, and this game, at this point...
He left the gateways powered.
Oh.
Why did he? I thought they were going to be switched off for sure. Now Classic can continue to build units.
And yeah, the more you need so many Stalkers in this fight, not only for the stuff flying, but the Liberators are the most important unit in this game. These probes will die on the left side, but that doesn't really matter. I mean, Classic, he just has actually, he's gonna get the planetary here. Repairs are good, but actually, no, he's not gonna be able to get the planetary. Disruptors are gonna knock things down. Liberator's doing so much the splash damage, and at the end of the day, the planetary falls. But that was so much damage, Steadfast. That being said, there's no mining. There are no bases. They're all burning.
He's trying to force a draw. I'm almost certain of it, but there is a base on the right side. The recall comes in. It's way too much, and Bunny is going to be forced away. Yeah, these command centers, they have put their foot on the gas. They are going to the top left, but 2 of them are burning. 1 of them is getting low. Well, there we go. The second one does fall. Doesn't matter, though, as long as Classic can hold this base, because he will still be able to mine and eventually be able to get an army that is too big for his opponent. So Bunny needs to go, and I think he knows it.
I mean, he's got a Phoenix. There's no way this is a draw so long as he keeps that Phoenix alive. Stalkers blink forward. 1 Liberator falls. Second one goes down. EP's blanket the army, but you're talking about it. +2. The Stalkers are just, they're not dying fast enough. And the Liberators, they continue to try to find their way forward here. Can Bunny find it? But with the Disruptors on the left side, on the right side, it's just too hard to take this fight.
Yeah, I think that Classic has done it here in game number 2. He's doubling his opponent's army supply. He's got the numbers. He's got the battery overcharge, and he has got everything it takes. Classic, for old time's sake, blows up a few of his own units with his own disruptor, but we got to give him the tip of the cap because he played an immaculate series.